Hello there. Hi. Welcome to Live with Ms. Steph, folks. I am so glad to be here with everyone. So let's hop right into it. Hi, I'm Ms. Steph, former laboratory scientist and former after school director turned nonprofit founder. And so I am the executive director and founder of Triple F Empowerment Inc. We inspire, empower, and encourage young people to pursue education and careers in the STEAM fields. What's STEAM, you say? STEAM is science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And so today, for the activity, be advised you want to stick around to the end because for those of you who saw the thumbnail, yes, I am going to be talking about my favorite, believe it or not, it's quite simple, my favorite slime mix-in. And I am going to very quickly make a little slime for you. But yeah, I'll be talking about that at the end as far as what my favorite slime mix-in is and why it's my favorite and how it helps me do what I do at Miss Steph Science Club, the beloved program of Triple F Empowerment Inc. And before that, I do want to get into some of your news, right? You know that whenever I go live, I give you some Science Club news. Coming up on February 1st, yes, because it's the first Saturday. Remember, first, second, and third Saturday, we enjoy ourselves together and have a great time at Saturday Science Club. Keep in mind, Saturday Science Club is free for participants. Participants should be ages 5 to 10 years old. Okay. If you want to drop your young scientists off, if you want to hang out with your scientists, they can be a bit younger, but the activities and the space is geared towards children ages 5 to 10. It's a lovely play/club environment to bring your young scientists to. Should you want them to hang out with some of their friends, they can do that there in an environment that will give them an educational experience as well as have lots and lots of fun. Once again, that's Saturday, each first, second, and third Saturdays until May. We are going to be meeting at Wadleigh. That's on 114th Street, right here in Harlem, New York. And as I said before, as it has been for the last year and a half, Saturday Science Club is free of charge for participants, and we have an absolutely wonderful time. We're coming into now reintroducing the ooey gooey and the mess. Remember, during the month of January, we took the month of January off from the messy science and we engaged primarily in the engineering and all of our building blocks and materials and all that type of stuff. And so some of those things, of course, will still be there this coming Saturday, but I'll start to introduce our ooey gooey fun things back again over the next several weeks. If you would like to RSVP, meaning, right? Because all those letters have a meaning, right? So if your young person is a regular attendee and y'all are coming, there's nothing you need to do because I've already counted you in and I'm expecting you. If your family regularly attends, but you are unavailable this coming Saturday, send me a message. Miss Steph, we're not coming. Okay? If you have never joined us or you very rarely attend, send me a message and say, hey, I found you. I saw you on YouTube. I saw you on Instagram, wherever you found us, or I got the email reminder and you want to join us this coming Saturday, February 1st, 2025, please do so. Please send me a message. You're going to send me an email or send me a DM, but an email is the best way to get a hold of me if you're watching this video, right? And that's mssteph at tfempowerment.org. You can also reach out through the contact link. There's a link to our contact page on the website down in the description box below that is there so that you can get a hold of us. For those of you who are looking forward towards summer and you're like, I know Summer Science Club is coming and I want my kid to be involved. People, Information about that for our returning families will be available February 1st. I will send an email out to our returning families so that you can get yourselves ready to go. You definitely want to respond to that email like immediately. And you'll be able to officially register as of the 15th of February for our open registration. Open registration will start March 1st, as in the link will go public and folks can register, period. For those of you wondering about the cost or the investment for Summer Science Club, the investment on the family's part. Now, mind you, Summer Science Club costs us $700 per week per child to operate. We charge / ask you to invest, okay, 425 of those dollars. So you come and you meet us, okay, at 425 because everybody gets a community discount. As a nonprofit, that's one of the things that we have decided to do for that particular experience that we provide to the children. All the children are provided with the same experience. There's no differentiation as far as how they experience program. So if your family comes in and you have a larger scholarship than other families, no one knows because your child still receives all of the things that we do, which includes a weekly field trip. Again, all of that is included. It includes the art supplies and the STEM supplies and the STEAM supplies and all those things. Your young person experiences it's an immersion situation. So as soon as they hit the door, everything that is around them is STEAM. All the games that we play, our fun time, our art time has a science component, and our science has an art component. All of those things are automatically integrated throughout their experience with us over the summer. We will be running summer program from July 7th through August 8th. Children can be registered for all 5 weeks. By the way, if you have your child come to us for all 5 weeks, they are given the equivalent, and it is very intentional. I make sure that they experience the equivalent of what ends up being in a year and a half worth of elementary school STEAM or science education, right? So they are a year and a half in front of their peers, okay? That is real data. That is stuff we've experienced. We've had young people who have said, get to their 8th grade math class and go, oh, we did this with Miss Steph 3 summers ago. That type of stuff. Or we're seeing young people who are now saying, families are getting back to us and saying, hey, guess what? Your student is acing math and science. Or guess what? Here's an update. So-and-so loves science and has a really positive emotional response to the subject, which is our thing. We make science fun. So that data, the majority of those students are students who've experienced Summer Science Club. We do have other services, right? Other things that we do. Other initiative parts of the Miss Steph Science Club umbrella. Those initiatives are Summer Science Club. That was the first original one, by the way, for those of you who are just now joining us over here in our part of the internet, in our part of the world, and you're just meeting us. Summer Science Club was the original thing that we did, right, under our nonprofit umbrella. And then we started Saturday program to make sure that our summer science students would not lose what they learned with us over the summer. Okay. And we also, alongside of that, engaged in what has now become the Traveling Science Teacher Initiative, where I go in and I support schools, educational locations in making sure that they're providing high quality hands-on science education and making sure that their students have what they need to be successful as critical thinkers, as well as then the 5th grade science test. Here in New York City specifically, they do take a 5th grade state science test, and the content that is covered during our Traveling Science Teacher program definitely supports them in being successful on that exam. And then going into their middle school years, right? So that's our news. Definitely going to hop in. Remember, as promised, hop into our science activity. But yes, Saturday Science Club on February 1st. Yes, we're having programs. Send me a message as it applies to you. Summer Science Club, definitely coming up. February 1st, February 15th, and March 1st are the dates that apply to you based off of what I just said. Okay. And as far as program for summer, the children can attend all 5 weeks. Again, if they attend all 5 weeks, they're getting a year and a half worth of science, elementary school science education packed into those 5 weeks in a fun, exciting way. They're going to be exposed to concepts from basic physics, basic chemistry, and basic biology, foundational things, and basic technology concepts, right? Engineering concepts, basic art concepts, color mixing, matching, how paint works, all that type of stuff. They get the foundational information. And then the older the children get, they then get to layer that foundational experience on top of like the foundational experience is right. It's the base because that's what a foundation is. And then the next year they know more and more about each topic. And so they're able to easily, all of my students, I say that very confidently, and simply because just families have told me all of my students are able to really do well in their classes once they get back to school during the school year because of the information we provide and the skills we provide to them, both soft and technical skills that we provide to them during those 5 weeks of camp. Once again, do children have to come every week? No, we have families that kind of mix it up based with vacation, with dance camp, with sports camp, all kinds of stuff. Okay, mix it up. But just know that coming all 5 weeks provides that year and a half worth of content. And then for children that are coming on Saturdays, they are tripling the amount of hands-on science that they get during their regular school day, because it's 120 minutes of full-on science play. As soon as they hit the door, the kids just kind of go off. They're like, "Is this open?" Yes, that table is open. You could do this, that, and whatever. Just be respectful of each other and the space. And they play for a good, hour and 45 minutes straight, and then we all clean up, which still that 15 minutes of cleanup time is instructional time, because we all know that folks need to be able to clean up after themselves. Not only that, but also be able to put things back properly. And actually, part of being a good quality engineer is being able to properly dismantle things. So if your kid is wanting to dismantle and tinker and explore and all those types of things, this is a good fit for them, as long as they're able to do it in a way that is kind to other humans in the space. So anywho, let's hop right into our STEAM activity for today. These little pouches. I'm trying to decide what color. I couldn't decide on the color previously, and so I actually think I'm going to do. This kind of looks interesting on camera. But these are my favorite mix-ins. No, it's not little beads and baubles and this and that. My favorite mix-in is actually air dry clay. The reason I like the air dry clay is because you're able to produce something that is very similar to butter slime, and it is an easy way for me to make a slime base. And then when I'm distributing slime when I'm out and about in the community, because y'all know on multiple locations, including last week at this time, Miss Steph Science Club provides a science fun table at community events. And one of the major things that we give out, if we're not giving out our STEAM starter kits, we are giving out slime. And sometimes we give out both together at the same event. Yes. I said. Okay. Once again, thank you for watching Live with Ms. Steph. I'm Ms. Steph, and we're hopping right into learning about my favorite my favorite slime mix-in, and that happens to be the air dry clay. The reason I like it is that not only do you get the butter slime texture, so I've got really three main reasons. One, it's the texture that it is produced. It is one of the things that actually, one of the mix-ins that stays into the slime. Some of the other mix-ins, snow and different beads and all that, that stuff falls out of the slime very often for various reasons. Okay, just chemically speaking, like it doesn't, bond properly with the components of the slime. Then another thing that I like is that because it's butter slime, it's an easier texture of slime to distribute to multiple age groups, right? Because depending on what's going on, like the snow slime and the bead slime, all of those can be at some points dangerous, and also just getting on furniture and all this type of stuff. This version of the slime tends to be a bit easier to remove from furniture. Third reason is I can make a bunch of white slime, okay? And then let the children choose what color they want. And then while they're at the table, they can then mix it together with me standing there. And if I need to add more activator for them and all that type of stuff, we can do that live. That's a live, fun interaction that I have with them and with their adults. We get to have lots of conversation with their adult, explain what's going on and all that type of stuff. And also some children, and really just different people, everybody's different, right? And so some people are their hands are warmer and the slime breaks down back into its slime base situation. You see how sticky the glue is, and you see I have my slime base, and I have what I put into my slime base. That's glue, water. I use baby oil because I just do, and glycerin. So all of these are things. You see how thin this is? Those are the main things that I put into my slime base, okay? And it makes it easier for me to go places and make slime live. I'm not having to add too much stuff in together, depending on what event I'm going at. Sometimes if I'm going to an event where I'm going to be there all day, I will make various phases of the slime. So I'll make a whole full batch of slime, completely made and all that type of stuff, to where all you got to do is add I don't know if y'all can see this, right? Add our air dry clay of varying colors, right? Then I will make some slime base, like that's in the bottle that you saw there just now. And no, this video is not sponsored by that company that you saw written on the bottle. They just happen to be very, very strong bottles, and I like to use them. They're easy bottles for me to take and transport to different places, because y'all know that I travel around the community. And then my activator is very simple: water and borax. That's all that I put in my activator. I prefer that water and borax activator. And you notice I'm using about half the amount of glue. I filled up this bottle, this cup with glue, and then I put half of that full with activator. Mix. Okay. And again, this is a very, very quick slime. So it might not be the most enjoyable slime, because we know that slime likes to sit and all that type of stuff. That's another reason why this mix-in is one of my favorite mix-ins. It's one of the mix-ins that makes the slime, the texture, the desired texture, right? Other mix-ins, they have to develop, like snow has to develop, and it has to be like a certain amount and all this like very chemistry heavy stuff. And it makes it, even particularly challenging to try to do, when you're out and about at a community event and you're in the park, and, we're in the park and kids are, waiting on their slime. And so that's another reason why I'll pre-make slime. Like I said, I do different phases of it, where I'll come with a bunch of cups of it like this, or 2 full bottles of that. And like I said, if I'm doing a full day event, then I will be prepared as well to make slime from scratch live at the event. So anywho, that's that, right? You saw how quickly that came together. Once again, because that's slime base that's in that bottle. Because I have the things that I like to put in slime that are enjoyable. Other things that I like to put in slime is I do use a very high quality hypoallergenic lotion. Notice how I say hypoallergenic lotion. Nothing with shea butter in it, y'all, because some of the folks, like if you're doing this and you're trying to make it for other people, people are alert, have allergies, and anybody with a nut allergy is not going to be able to have something with shea butter in it. Okay? FYI. So, anywho, let's pick one of these colors so that y'all can see what I'm talking about. You can add different. Also, this air dry clay has multiple functions. This is another reason why I like to order it, because it. And I'm not telling you a brand because that's really not important. The particular brand that I buy, when they come in all of this is like, I think I got 50. Not I think. I know I got 50 of these for $23. And you see how much it is. If I'm giving out, say, like 2 or 3 ounce cups, this actually is enough for 3 different slimes. Okay. This particular amount I actually think will be a good fit for this. So I like to do a 1-to-1 when it comes to the ratio of clay to slime. Okay, let's take this out. You should hear it. And so the air dry clay adds some air to it. I also like to add shaving cream to my slime as well. And that is a hypoallergenic brand. You notice how this air dry clay has a bit of a pull. So though it's not slime, it still is going to easily mix into the slime and add the color of the child's choice to the slime. Remember, I am giving you information on how to do things with young people. Okay, so this video is not for children, but it is for those of us adults who work with young people, and we're trying to give them a good, positive educational experience. Okay, and so you see how this is very easy for the children to mix in. And you also see why I only give them but so much. Like I would never give a child this much to work with in their hands, because their hands are just simply not that big, right? So once again, thank you for watching Live with Ms. Steph. I'm Ms. Steph, the founder and executive director of Triple F Empowerment Inc. We operate Ms. Steph's Science Club. Science Club includes the Traveling Science Teacher Initiative. We have Saturday Science Club, and we've got a Saturday Science Club session coming up this coming Saturday, February 1st, 2025, from 12 to 2 p.m. Okay. And we also have Summer Science Club registration just around the corner. So as you can see, I'm having to mix this in. One of the things that people don't realize, if you're having issues with your slime, there are multiple things that might be going on, but one of the things that might be going on is like you're not letting it rest. Slime likes to rest. So this is another reason why I like this particular clay as a mix-in, is because if the slime comes out really tight, which it's going to because it's not been worked, slime likes to rest, just like bread. Okay, because you're forming polymers, you're forming chains between the glue molecules. That's what's happening scientifically. That's why slime is an actual steam activity. The ratios matter. The type of glue that you're using matters. The amount of water that you put into the slime base. You saw how thin my slime base was, but still this is pretty tight because, again, it needs to be really worked. My hands are not very warm. And I shared with you that if a person who's playing with the slime has warm hands, the slime will kind of revert. So the slime isn't melting, right? Melting is when you add, well, because it is heat, it is to a degree, like some of it is that the slime is melting, and some of it is that the slime is being deactivated as well at the same time. So like two different processes are happening. But you see how tight this slime is? And so the kids can play with it live and really work it and have a great time with it. And again, the major reason why I like this stuff is they can choose the color. Right? You want them to get a chance to choose the color. That means I don't have to like try to figure out what color of slime I'm going to make for the kids before I leave. Right? Just make up a bunch of white slime and have different colors available in these fantastic clay packets. Now, expert tip, I absolutely pre-open these. Okay? I do open these in advance, or I have some volunteers there present with me and they help open them. Or sometimes I'll buy the larger. That's why I didn't tell y'all the brand, because the brand kind of doesn't, the brand matters as far as the quality. But as far as the point and like the reason why I like it, it's not a brand specific thing. But sometimes I'll just decide to order primary colors, blue, red, yellow, right? And then do chunks like that. And then also the kids can figure out what amounts of each color they need to put into their cup to get the specific color they're trying to make, right? So you see how that's another level of STEAM education, right? Some art there, because color theory and all that. What colors do you produce? Because believe it or not, a lot of young people these days do not know, because they're not getting art. So they don't know how to make, say, like a purple or a green or orange. They don't know what two primary colors come together to make their secondary colors. They don't necessarily understand that if you mix all the colors together, you're going to get some form of brown. They think that you'll get some other color. Okay. And brown is very relative as far as like what type of brown you get, because depending on how much stuff you put in, you can get out kind of like this moth cover. Like this is basically a type of brown. Okay. So anywho, thank you for watching Live with Ms. Steph. This has been Live with Ms. Steph. My favorite slime mixin is air dry clay. And in particular, I like these little packets because they come in so many colors. I got 50 colors in that box that I ordered last week. And they come in all these different colors. The kids can have a great time sitting there. You see how it's meditative. Another teacher tip that I give you is that if you're doing it kind of the way that we do, where we're giving a bunch out like at an event, definitely make at least 50% of the slime you expect to give out, make that 2 or more days in advance. Do not plan to make all your slime fresh while you're there. I mean, you can do what you want to do. But my very strong recommendation, my expert tip, is to make at least 50 of it, 50% of it in advance. That means glue, shaving cream, baby oil, glycerin, activator, all that mixed up slime, and then let the children mix the other things together. And then you and your volunteers can start to then add on more later. Yep, my favorite mixin is multicolored air dry clay. Thank you so much for watching Live with Ms. Steph. This has been Live with Ms. Steph. And I hope to hang out with you again at another time. The next time you can catch me live is on my Instagram, and the Instagram link is down below, on Mondays around 12:30-ish. And then if you like these other kind of slightly longer videos, even though sometimes over there it goes about a half an hour, but I do shoot for, say, like 15 minutes over there. But if you like a little bit longer information and kind of just a different setup, and some people like to look at it like this, hey, everybody has different things. All that being said, do you like And if Thursday works for you, come join me. Hang out on Thursday afternoons on YouTube around 4:30 p.m. Once again, thank you so much for watching and have an absolutely wonderful day.